It is a Sunday evening and I was just preparing for my examination. Suddenly, I just came here in this room. The basic purpose of showing you something is just to elaborate the interior of Shahdat Hostel. Let us put a glance over the road so we can get an vivid idea that what is about the inner situations of the road and what is the public who is living here. All these textures as well as the bird sitting here elaborate the inner conditions as well as the problems of this poor electricity as well as the poor locality of this area. If we put a glance over the frontier areas that are located in this hostel, then we say that there is a destruction process going on these buildings that were glorious in our past. Suddenly we just put a glance over the trees that have been occurred in the walls and we'll see that what a glorious scene it would be if these buildings contain such a flowers, such a plants in an appropriate form. Let us move to the other parts of the hostel so we can get a vivid description as well as the vivid hallucination and the pictures that was the other parts of the hostel is saying. So, meanwhile, we are standing on the third building, and here you can see the various purposes and the various sides. For example, a school is in front of you, and the flowers as well as the trees are showing a very beautiful sight if it were a morning scene. Certainly, these are the insiders of the hostel, and Abadi is just busy in preparing something for his lunch. So, meanwhile, a hostel mate is preparing something for his lunch purpose. Mr. Arfan is doing BBA from University of Education. He is a very good cook also. We also often enjoy his food and his mastery in this regard. Suddenly we will move towards the other parts of the hostel and then we will realize something that is very special. Here you can say that there is a totally home and the homemade services. Nothing is new here, nothing special. You will not find any study room, any common room, any generator and any other facilities here. Definitely you have picked the point that there is no facility of any roof and there is no facility for staying in the evening at the roof shed. The broken chairs and the dirty floor is also representing something, and you can also see that all the doors have the same color and all the chairs definitely to some extent have same color. When the students used to discuss from their studies in the evening and in the midnight when they are just utter disgusted by the load shedding, they used to come here and used to sit here for their study purpose. It is also very important to mention here that there is no extraordinary arrangement for the load shedding. Here the light can be absent for 2 up to 3 days and here the light can be absent for several days also. One thing that you will enjoy here is the presence of the birds, the presence of air and the presence of a person who will agree and who will ready to collect the fare from 1st to 5th of every month. If you want to stay here, you will have to get a sufficient bank balance. So that's the reason you will ever agree to pay the rent from 1st to 5th of every month. The situation of inner room is not different from its outer interior. And if you will put a glance or the interior of this hostel, then you will just make a decision in your first point, in your first sight, that it is better to live on road than to choose this bloody hostel. For example, there are several points, but because of the limitation of time and because of the limitation of some authorities, it is not recommended to mention each and everything here. The students used to study here and This is the interior, and we now are going down the stairs to see what is going inside the hostel. Okay, you can see that here where we are focusing now right now is the washroom, and there is the second washroom. This is the water cooler that off and on works for the student, and this is dirty tank is for the students bath purposes, and this dirty geyser is for their bath purposes in the summer, in winter vacations. If we put a glance over the interior of this hostel, we can see that there is no vivid description, no vivid difference between the outer and the interior of this hostel. A servant is hired here, and a servant lives here without any rent. He used to serve the students without any purpose, but definitely his services are also by name services only. This is the outer side, and you can say if we put a glance over the road, then this is the road through which we can just join this hostel. We can get several images here, and we can see that the children used to play here, and the children used to say, and the children used to play with each and every person. For example, suddenly when we came here, we saw that a naughty boy sent a bomb, definitely a child bomb, and then the child bomb exploded and we heard a noise. Here is the parking. You can say it is a little parking, and here the students are lying. Yo, it's very cool. Here the students are lying and the students are sleeping. Now just put a glance over the washrooms and you will see that what's the condition of the washrooms of Shahdat Hostel. Yeah, definitely. If a person is standing there, then the person who is standing there, where the pant is lying, he can see each and every motion and each and every movement of the person who will be in the bathroom. So, no security of your privacy is secured here. You are totally open as you are open in your own room. You can see the destruction as well as the rubbish lying here. Now just we should enter to another washroom and see what's the condition of the second washroom. You will see that the washrooms are somehow dirty, and nothing is special here. Each and everything is very dirty, and destruction is totally here. Nothing is there. And let's move to the remaining parts of our hostel. The circuit breaker is here. It means that this is for the security of owner himself. There is nothing special in it because it is a common device nowadays, and the electricity has gone, so that's the reason there is only darkness in the hostel. Otherwise the camera result is better enough to show you what is situated inside the hostel. Yeah, this is the washroom. Oh, what a bloody smell it is. It is taking my life. I will have to move from here. Okay. And yeah, we are back on the exactly same position where we were. So let's find some time and try to talk with the hostel mate, who's Mr. Irfan.